Heard it on the radio, we watched it on TV. They told us all about a war being fought for the right to live free. Liberty and freedom, that's a God-given right. So me and my friends, we all signed up and taught us how to fight. They sent us to a foreign land, 10,000 miles away, and we all knew we had a job to do, and there'd be a price to pay. We'd done our jobs and we'd done them well, but a lot of us died in a tropical hell, and some of us are dying now from what we got in Vietnam. And we fought long, and we fought hard, and we were proud to do our part. Many died, and there are those who won't survive without the Order of the Silver Rose. No Tex, he hailed from Texas. Stan the man from Alabama. Deep down in South Carolina is where they recruited Sergeant Dan. They came from every walk of life, from silver spoons to toil and strife. They were red, yellow, black, and white, and I salute them all, 'cause they fought long, they fought hard, and they were proud to do their part. Many died, and there are those who won't survive without the Order of the Silver Rose. They won't survive without the Order of the Silver Rose.
When the clouds at night go away, I can feel your mercy stay. The dark keeps moving out of sight, and your hand brings back the light. You wake the birds in the trees, you put a song in the breeze. My heart lifts up and starts to sing for the joy your mornings bring. Thank you, Jesus, you never leave me. Thank you, Jesus, you always keep me. The sun returns, the sun returns. Thank you, Jesus, praise your holy name. The sun returns, the sun returns, the sun returns. Thank you, Jesus, praise your holy name. When the day feels worn and small, you are steady through it all. You paint hope across my skies, and you wipe the tears from my eyes. Every shadow has to bow when your love comes rushing now. I will trust you in the flame, and I will call on your name. Thank you, Jesus, you never leave me. Thank you, Jesus, you always keep me. The sun returns, sun returns, the sun returns. Thank you, Jesus, praise your holy name. The sun returns, the sun returns, the sun returns. Thank you, Jesus, praise your holy name.
Skyline bleeding red and gold, stories whispered, tales retold. Neon lights hum, streets unfold. A patchwork quilt, stitched and bold. My America, a wild heart beats from the mountain tops to crowded streets. My America, dreams collide through the highs and lows. I take the ride. I scars, chasing hope under broken stars. But every flaw's a line of art. My America, you own my heart.
To get the most out of your observatory, you need an isolated telescope pier. This keeps your mount completely separate from the building's floor. Start by digging a hole at least 4 to 5 feet deep, well below the frost line for your area. This ensures your pier never shifts with the seasons. Lower a 10-inch diameter sono tube into the center. Use a level to make sure it's perfectly vertical, and secure it in place before pouring. Inside the tube, add a cage of vertical rebar. This gives the column the structural rigidity needed for high magnification imaging. Fill the tube with high-strength concrete. Tamp it down as you go to remove air pockets and ensure a solid, dense column. While the concrete is wet, set your anchor bolts using a template. This is where your pier plate and telescope mount will eventually attach. Once cured, your isolated pier will provide a rock-solid platform for a lifetime of precision stargazing. Happy observing!
I don't know where Bobby went to. He took off somewhere. I don't know. We're gonna play the other part of that video. I know that. Shows how to build here. Oh, it shows how to build the slab, brother. Yeah. But I'm gonna head up here. But anyway, yeah, we'll do that. Bobby, where'd you go? Are you coming back? Bobby, this hasn't happened before. Why is it happen? Do you have to reset your router? Reset your router and come back. Well, this is a fucked up show, Bobby. Come on now. You gotta reset your router before you do the show. Hey, Holly, how you doing? I don't know what's wrong. Can you hear me, Holly? Holly, whatever. Holly has 2 of them usually. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me? Let me know in chat if you can hear me. Oh, this really stinks. First, I get ripped off from the money I spend on the job for pouring the cement. Oh,
All right, sorry about that. Accidental unplug. Let's finish it off.
Building a 10 by 10 concrete slab for your roll-off roof observatory is the most critical step for long-term stability. Start by clearing a 12 by 12 area to allow room for forms. Excavate 6 inches deep and ensure the subgrade is perfectly level. Add a 2-inch layer of compacted gravel for drainage. This prevents frost heave and ensures your slab stays level through the seasons. Install a vapor barrier and lay number 3 rebar on 12-inch centers. This reinforcement is vital to support the weight of the telescope and structure. Pour 4 inches of 4,000 psi concrete. Use a screed board to get it perfectly flat. This is essential for the roll-off roof rails. Pro tip, pour an isolated concrete pier footing separate from the main slab. This eliminates vibrations from your footsteps while you're observing. With a solid 10 by 10 foundation, your backyard observatory is ready for a lifetime of stargazing. Clear skies.
I hired a guy to do a job. I handed him half the cash. He smiled like he knew the route. Then he vanished in a flash. The screen door slammed, the ladder stayed. My driveway got the heat, and I stood there with the receipt burning in the street. He said, I'll be back by noon. He said it like a vow. But noon came and went on by, and I need answers now. My calls went dead, my patience too. I watched the whole day run. Now all I got is dust and doubt, and that Miami, Florida sun. Where has my money gone? Where has my money gone? The unlicensed contractor took it to the Miami, Florida sun. Where has my money gone? Where has my money gone? You took my half and left me with nothing but the sun. There was a top half nailed to wood, a bucket with no top, a dented truck, a cracked old tool, and a job that just stopped. You told me, trust me, with those hands. You said I'm good for it, but good for what? A disappearing act and a half-finished fit. He said I'll be back by noon. He said it like a vow, but noon came and went on by, and I need answers now. My calls went dead, my patience too. I watched the whole day run. Now all I got is dust and doubt, and that Miami, Florida sun. Where has my money gone? Where has my money gone? The unlicensed contractor took it to the Miami, Florida sun. Where has my money gone? Where has my money gone? You took my half and left me with nothing but the sun. I got the permit in my hand. You got a grin and a scheme. I learned the hard way, baby. You were selling a dream. So if you see that man, tell him I want my change, and tell him every promise breaks. And that Florida blaze. Where has my money gone? Where has my money gone? The unlicensed contractor took it to the Miami, Florida sun. Where has my money gone? Where has my money gone? You took my half and left me with nothing but the sun. Where has my money gone? Where has my money gone? To the Miami, Florida sun.
That's not
Hey,
funny. That's not funny, Holly, if you're talking about my uncle. But if you're talking about the contractor, yeah. But when I'm
I
talking about my
think
uncle, no.
I think they're talking about the song, maybe. But anyway, to explain that song, the song is about the guy that I hired to do my job for my cement slab. He took half the money that I had to give him for the whole job. I'll tell you how much it was. It was $2,200, and I was going to give him 1,100 at the start and 1,100 when he finished. That was the rule. Okay, that's common contractor's rule. And everyone that I've talked to is I'm asking about this, and Super Grok told me this, and I went to go check with the police. When I went to go file, I got to fill out a bunch of paperwork for filing the claim. But when I talked to the woman at the window and I got the paperwork to fill out, I'll do that over the weekend. And she agreed with me. Yeah, Arizona law, you can do half payment first and then pay the rest at the end. So everybody has the same rule, and it's not just me. That's something that we learned when I was a kid. Okay, this guy was 27 years old and he don't know that rule. He said, "Well, it's good to have to work." You show him that picture of what he thinks have to work is, Bobby.
Yeah, this is what you call half-ass.
That's not half the work. That's half of the work. That's not even usable there. I have to remove all that. He was supposed to remove that. Now, on a side note, though, I can move that and move it down 3 feet and move each end down 3 feet and close off that edge and use the main doors. Bobby, do you have a picture of my building? Or no?
How about this one?
No, the one that's marked. But do you have a picture of my building that I have?
No.
That's the idea I have, though. Except mine. All right, let's see if I can get it. Hold on. All right, hold on. I'm not sharing screen, Bobby. I'm just gonna send it to you.
And while Ron is getting it, we will not have NK Ultra loaded tonight. Maria had dental surgery, so she won't be joining us.
Oh no! Poor kid.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about dental surgery. Not until I decide I want to get the implants. That is. Okay.
But Holly is saying everybody is running up with 1100, and he needs about 30K to finish. What kind of job? Like,
well, I'm building. Okay, and the cement slab is for the stability of the telescope. Okay, the building has to be mounted onto the cement slab. Then you got to build an interior framework to make sure it's stable with the wind and everything going on. Not that it's really that windy here, but just in case. Okay. Then you have to have a wheel track on each side of the framework for the top of the roof and where the roof rolls off to. I don't know where the heck that building picture went to. I know I got it somewhere. And so anyway, what happens is the roof would roll off to the open beams outside. The where I want to enter the building, where the telescope will be, is the main door or double door that's on the end, on the south end. I'm not going to have that one that I had designed originally. But again, like I said, because of this guy's mess up, I can actually move it now. It's not a problem. Okay, I don't see it here, Bobby. I got to find it somewhere. Okay, I don't know where.
My TV.
Huh?
You might be hearing my TV. I just lowered it.
Okay. Okay. So let's see if I can do it this way, Bobby. I'll try to do a search on it here. Search for.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing there. Ah, nothing there, Bobby. Go on. Well, that's weird. Okay, nothing in there. Well, I took care of that idea. Okay, well, I don't know, Bobby. I thought I sent it to you before.
Oh, you thought you had it? Okay. Well,
Hang
where
on.
did
Hey,
the
Charles.
telescope base and rebar go? What's up, Charles?
Well, the pier never was made, but that's what I can do. I can do the pier now when this other person comes and fixes what this idiot left behind. Charles, I don't know if you heard that song, but you need to listen to it.
Yeah. Actually,
The
I
song
can
is,
always. I probably won't be able to send it to his messenger because it might be too big, but I can definitely send it off to the Discord channel group.
okay, oh, well, you can send them a link to the song if you have that.
It's not generated.
Okay. Alright, I'm trying to find that darn. Well, Charles, the plan for the
Again,
contract, actually,
again.
it's just, it's just an invoice. Now, I won't tell you any information. Just the invoice, not really the contract. But anyway, um, the original plan, he even filled it in. All right, he filled it in, Charles. I say $1,100 to start. The common sense is when you do a contract job, it's you pay for half up front and you pay for the other half at the end. He even wrote it down here. 1,100 at front at the start, then 1,100 at when it's done. That's what we agreed on. Hey, C&D boy. Carl, do you want to join us and talk? If you have any questions, I'll be glad to share them with you. All right, so anyway, the point of the matter is, he thought what he did was half, which is not half at all.
I think he meant to say structural plans.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have any. The video that I showed was one that AI created for the pier, making the pier, and the cleaning off the ground, leveling the ground, and everything. I have to do all that over again. So, but I'm trying to work with an organization I called Day, and she has some volunteer people, or they'll work with for little or no pay. So, exactly, Charles. Except I can file a claim in the small claims court, and he will be summoned. He'll get a summons to come back to here for court from Florida. And if he doesn't pay, then he'll have to stay in jail until his time equals the time that I get paid. I don't know how that all works, but that's the way I see it. So, but if that doesn't work, I looked up both his dad and I looked up him, and neither one of them has any kind of license. His dad claimed he had a license for LLC, and he claimed he was working for his dad. And I went to the ROC contractors licensing website for Arizona, and there is nothing found. I asked Grok, Super Grok, about it. There's no record of them having any licenses anywhere, LLC or otherwise. So then the dad tells me on the phone just yesterday, I think.
Yeah, probably spotted on some great babes in bikinis.
He might have, but I know people in Florida too. I actually know some people in Miami. So if they hire a cement guy, probably him, and I just, hey, watch out for that guy. So apparently, Charles, here's the deal. He got a project manager's job, like right away. And I said, well, great, then you can pay back my money like in a week. He tried to say, oh no, I only make $100 a day. Oh, come on, they don't pay that way. They pay so much a month. If you're a manager, you do, yes, concrete has to be either jackhammered and then dug out. And then I'm going to move that frame though, so I'm going to move it down some so I can have the roof roll off to the north. Which when you're looking at that, that would be on the wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow, there's no L in there. That one with the broken wheel. I should write a song about that. The broken wheel. All right, that's a good song title. That's probably already a song title, but I'll make another one, Bobby.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion for a new song that we can have next week.
Have both of those. Have both of those songs played together. Have uh, Broken Wheelbarrow, Wheel, and Miami, Florida Sun. So that works out.
Yeah. Definitely not a master of concrete, laying down foundation or keeping his word, taking advantage of old man. How could he?
Right, right. And see, actually,
What's
Bobby,
up, Marco?
hey Marco, how you doing? All right, so Bobby, let me see if I can get this over to you. I don't know if I can or can't. Yeah, here he is. Okay. Now, how do I get this saved and over to you? Okay. So I gave him 300 extra for the. Oh, here's the building right there, Bobby. It's on this message. I'll send this to you. I can do that. Okay, copy image. Bobby, I'll send that on Messenger, okay?
Yeah.
Well, and I'll get to the text that we talked about. All right, now, Bobby, this is the
Qualified,
one.
a qualified contractor will have to charge you about 5K.
What now?
Charles is saying a qualified contractor will have to charge you 5K.
Well, I heard by a real licensed contractor in the area, they said 2,800. So, Bobby, there's a building. You sure that on there?
Yeah, it's coming. There you go.
Okay, now the doors are going to be facing south. The back side will be facing north. Now, of course, the roof will be flat when it's all done. The roof will be flat, and then the roof section will be a 1 degree to 2 degrees, maybe a 1 degree slope, so that the rain can drain off. It's a 1 to 2 degrees, not quite as bad slope as that A-frame is. About half that, but all the way across the whole roof, and it'll be basically flat. Okay? And the roof will actually hang over a little bit farther, about 2 inches farther than what it shows there. And then when the roof's open, it'll open to the north, which is the back side. So it's gonna be on rollers. Okay? Yeah, 2,200. Well, thankfully, Charles, I was actually got a hold of a group that actually helps support these situations when old people are taken advantage of. Just like if you ordered something and some person took advantage of you and didn't pay you or didn't give you what you ordered or whatever, that would be elder abuse. We all know what that law means. I don't know how old C&D boy is, but
That's
yeah, it will be a set observatory. And 10 by 10 is pretty good size, actually. Charles, I would like you to join if you can, if you feel up to it. That'd be cool.
yeah.
I'll
I
pay you.
even
I'll
sent
pay
you
you
that
extra.
video.
Huh?
I even sent that video we played.
Oh, to
That
Charles. Okay.
new song.
Yeah. The new song. Yep. Yeah. The
Yeah. And apologies for the break of the intro. My uncle needs to be a lot more careful because the table is it's like adjacent, and if he keeps shaking it, there's a good chance that he can unplug it, and that messes me up.
yeah. I'm not sure what the
Yeah.
problem is with that, but it's not nice.
Now, Marco, Maria had her dental procedure, so there will be no MK Ultra loaded tonight. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
exactly what
bad.
Charles said.
And Bob, if he feels better tomorrow night, we could actually do an extra show tomorrow night if you want.
Uh,
I mean, why not? What else are we doing? But so yeah, this group that's helping that uh, county uh, organization that helps seniors when they're taking advantage of like this deal here. And that could be anything. Like if you have something done in the house that somebody said they do and it didn't work out right, then of course you use all your money to pay somebody and they didn't do the job. That's just like what this is. And although this is an extra feature of the house with the cement slab and the observatory, but uh, and so then what happens is a company like this will actually have somebody that's volunteering their time or maybe work for a low money, low pay, and just to help somebody out like myself. I can't be doing the work because of my health issues. Okay. This is about all as much work as I can do right here. And I can drive, but I can't be out there in the sun working, digging, and all that fun stuff. I want to, but because of my blood medication, my blood pressure medication, and other things, I have to be really careful with the sun, and I can't be in the sun technically, not for very long anyway. I don't mind it. Of course, maybe I moved to the wrong state for that, right? That's all right though. Hopefully on the 12th we'll have a clear sky for the partial solar eclipse here, and that'll be August 12th. And I'll be able to use my smart telescope to capture it all from beginning to end. That'll be pretty cool. And I've seen some cool pictures that people got from eclipses before. So that was awesome. So anyway, who wants to play the science card thing? Bobby, we'll just do one card at a time. I didn't set anything up.
yeah, yeah.
I think I remembered that Maria wasn't going to be here, so I didn't bother setting it up. And I'll just send you a picture like normal, or I can show it on the main camera too. What do you think? Main camera? I don't have to send a picture. I don't know what that says. With these new glasses I got, can't even read them. Can't read the cards.
If I was doing it, I'll tell you to buy everything, and I'll do it for free for the reputation experience. Well, get yourself a plane ticket, Holly, and go help them out.
Yeah, and I'll pay for the
All
material.
right.
That's fine.
All right. Let's see. The focus.
There you go.
Okay. Compasses work by detecting the sun's magnetic field. The sunset on Mars looks blue. Diamonds conduct heat better than copper.
Okay, what's the other one? Bobby, what's with B? You gotta read all three of them.
Okay. Okay. Charles says A.
Oh, you didn't read
Let's
them
give him
all,
30
I don't
seconds.
think.
Howie, Marco, 15 seconds. I think it's time for you.
Good. All right.
Says B.
Okay, Holly said B. All right.
And the
Carl's right.
answer
Look at that.
is A. Like F and A. You're too
There's no
beautiful.
H. No H anyway. There you go. That's hard to hold that up there. Maybe I'll take a picture,
There
Bobby.
never was an age to begin with in game shows, you dummy.
Alright, that's the stupid thing about the streamboobot.com. Get that crap off of there. They
I
don't pay
just don't
any.
know why I can't get real viewers. I always got to get something like this.
Well, they
I
don't
never
pay
pay the
anything to
Mars. I
advertise.
don't
They
think
don't pay it.
anybody pays the Mars unless you're a Doombot or like an Android or something.
Okay. So I'm gonna do it this way. That was hard holding my arm like that, Bobby. I didn't hear you read all the questions though. That's this way. It's a little easier to handle. Yeah, get that stream boo out of there. Where are you coming from, Holly? You can come on down here. I got room. Or there's plenty of hotels in the area too if you want to stay at a hotel. You'd have to pay for that though. I'll pay for the materials to do the job.
I'd love to see the sunset on Mars with a high-powered telescope.
Okay, Bobby, here it comes. Alright. Sorry folks, it'll take a little bit of time, but we're getting it. Bobby can read it now. Put it up there, Bobby.
Yeah, it's coming. I
That's
just
just
need
a
the other
picture.
side.
I thought you were going to show that first side and you get this side as you're looking at the first side. Alright. Don't share it with anybody, Bobby.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just waiting on that. I'm just waiting for the answer card or the
Alright,
answer
there you
side.
go. There's that one. That's number 2. Uh, you're not that
All
far.
right,
No, you're not too far. That's probably
all
a
right.
2-day trip.
Oh,
That's
that's
about a 2-day
not far
trip, Mr.
for me.
Travis.
I'm in Louisiana, so I just gotta go through Texas and New Mexico before I head to Arizona.
Yeah, and Oklahoma, that's like
You don't
east
have,
of
you
Texas.
don't cut through Oklahoma.
There's the
He
answer
does, but
card for
I
number
don't.
2. Do
All
do
right,
the one. Do the question first.
all right, all right. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, crabs have gills. Another name for the decap is the patella. Sound waves and radio waves are both forms of electromagnetic radiation. I think we had that before.
I know the answer, but I just looked at it, so.
1 minute.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Oh wait, what did I do? Did I forget to do the answer? Oh no, I did forget to do the answer. Bobby, why did you let me do that?
Okay. Howard says A. Charles says C.
I gotta find the answer and try it again. Oh boy, I know which one it was, but oh shit, there goes the cards too. Don't listen now. Come on, cards, stop playing with me now. Cards are being mean. I don't have the answer, Bobby. Hold on. Now I gotta find it. I forgot. Please read it. Shit. Oh crap.
All right. And it is C.
Okay, that's not right. Okay. Oh, you got the answer. Oh, good. I thought I did. All right.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I missed that part. I thought I missed the answer.
Oh yeah, what is that one type of shark that breaks wind while swimming in the ocean?
Yeah, the sound waves are nothing to do with what was it, like radio, electro, or electromagnetic, or whatever. Okay, here we go.
I'm a biologist, but I know dolphins break apart. Okay, if you
Hey,
say so.
football season is starting, Bobby. I know it's fake. I got it.
Okay.
But football, even though it's fake, you still have full stadiums. Even though the economy is so damn bad, nobody has any money, but yet the stadiums are full of everyone paying hundreds of dollars to sit in that stadium and watch the team play. Huh? Interesting question. There you go, Bobby. I'll share it with you now.
Yeah, and I think when we're done on round number 3, I gotta take out the dogs.
Okay. And, yeah, well, there's the question part of it. Man, I was backing up. Just recently realized with the GMC Kitty that I had for a while, I always looked at the back camera when I'm backing up. But the interesting thing is, you need to look at the sides when you park and when you leave. You know what I mean? Because you might hit the cars beside you. And so as I'm looking at that, I can see clearly the distance I have between each car. I don't even have to worry about that. So that's pretty darn cool. Dolphins part, they might, they're mammals. Dolphins are actually mammals.
All right, that's received. Round 3. Lightning produces ozone gas. The Morse climate order space probe crashed due to a failure of conversion units from English to metric. Starving polar bears will eat penguins.
Hold on, Blackie. And
Yeah,
Esther
yeah,
showed
give
up.
me a sec.
1 second. Yeah, just throw the answer and let them guess, okay?
All right, so let's see.
Esther, you should come on and say hi to everybody.
What's up, Esther?
I'll
This is
come
the
up.
final round, Esther. This is the final round.
Come on and say hi to everyone. Nobody knows you. I'll pay you a holiday pay since it's Friday.
Okay, Esther says B.
Oh,
C. Charles says C. Holly, how long? 5 seconds.
so that's a good answer. I like that thinking there.
All right, and the answer is C.
Yeah.
There we go. Holly, you was too late.
Yeah. So the polar bears are in the north and the penguins are in the south, and there's probably a reason for that. Ain't that funny how that works out? And yet people would try to tell me, "Oh no, it's that's just made up story or whatever." Okay, whatever.
All right. It's time for me to take out the dogs, and then we'll just go from there.
All right. Oh boy. So here's what this guy said. Guys, got it ripped off my money. All right. So first we had trouble. We had trouble with this guy. Oh yeah, that's right, Charles. Let me tell you, Charles. When I sailed past the Cape Horn of South America, all right. It was after we were in that typhoon when I was anchored in Hong Kong Bay, or anchored on the mooring buoy, and then the storm came up, and people were called back to the ship. Some people couldn't get back to the ship because the storm got that bad. You've seen some of the videos of different typhoon things that happened, and what happened was we got the anchor up, but it broke a chain. Okay, it broke a chain link, and we saved the anchor, but it was only had a half a chain link on the one that broke. And the half of the chain was as big as my thigh. Now imagine how big a thigh is. That's how thick the one side of the chain link is. Now what happened was it tore through. There's a called a bullnose chock where the chain goes through, and then the railing that's on the bow or the forecastle of the ship. And you have a bunch of capstans that are wheels that bring in the lines, looking for lines. And what happened was the wind came up, the chain broke through that iron chock that was at the nose of the ship, and it broke through some of the railing, and it rested on a giant wheel with the line on it. And as we're pulling up the anchor, we had to stop, of course, because that one link was broken. But what was interesting is we saved the anchor, which that was a small anchor, and it was $65,000 for that small anchor. This one I could use some help here if Fluffy's gone. He's walking the dog there. He's not really gone. But anyway, what happened was we got underway, and as we was going into open water, we were going parallel to the waves to the shore. Okay, and the waves were 37-degree rolls, Charles. Now think about what 37-degree rolls is. All right, let's let's take this let's take this little booklet here, like the ship. All right, because I did have a flat bottom ship, but then 37 degrees is like this, and I do this back and forth. Okay, so that makes sense, and we decided to turn into a storm and get into the center of the eye, the eye of the storm. Because the typhoons turn opposite direction as hurricanes, as we learned on one of our cards. And they're actually a little bit more violent than hurricanes. So they're actually tighter and very, very violent. We got to the center, and as we're going through the waves, we're going up and down like a roller coaster. I was on the lee helm, which is a stable piece of equipment on the bridge, and we had I had to hang out to the handles and just let it rock, you know. And that was the only time I felt that it could be my last day. But no, here I am. It didn't hurt. I'm still here. Charles, I did get my wrist rechargeable unit. I had a hard time getting it to work finally, and but I did get it to work. See, I got this here. So there's the on off on off memory, start stop or on off memory, whatever. And this is the rechargeable one, and it recharges right there. Let me show you what it looks like here. Okay, now that's just what the numbers look like on there. I'm not doing it now though. It's quiet down machine. But today I had a hard time taking my blood pressure because it was too low. And I figured maybe it was I didn't have it set right or didn't have it on my arm right. And what I want to know is how do I set this on my arm? Do I set the switch part? Do I set the switch part towards my elbow, or do I set it towards my hand? You know, Charles? I don't really have branding. It's a no-name brand, I think, but it was from Walmart. Mail order. CK CK-W118. There you go. So it looks like that. This one was only $26 or something. Yes, Esther, I know, but we got clouds. We haven't had a clear night, and I don't know how many times, how many days, rather. It's been quite a while because we're right in the middle of the monsoon season. All right. Okay, the numbers should be right side up. So I had it sitting right when the switches are going towards my elbow. All right. And I have to hold my arm up like this because it'll be close to my heart level. But I figured out to raise the top number, I have to drink a lot of water just to get it to balance out. And sometimes I'll have to drink some of the caffeine to make it go up. Yeah, Esther, for the last month and a half, actually, I was expecting this because when I got here August 29th last year, I had another couple of weeks left of monsoon season. Monsoon season actually goes until September 30th, I think, is what they said. And so, if you're not prepared, you're gonna have problems. Let me check if there's a baseball game on somewhere. There is, Guardians and White Sox. I don't like either team, but I like baseball, so what are you gonna do? Holy God, it looks like lightning coming. Better get that game done. There's only in the fifth inning, so you gotta hurry up. So here's this guy. Here's what this guy says. On my way, he says, right? I give him the directions to get here. And he says, oh, that's another day that he's on his way. And he said, good morning. His first name is Dylan. I'm not going to give him a last name. Yeah. Good morning, Dylan here. I'm heading out to grab materials. The library was closed. That was before you even had anything written up and no contract was made. Oh, hey, Bobby, you're back. All right.
Yeah.
And so, um, that was right before the holiday of July 4th. And everything is on vacation, so I'm not able to get the contract done, but I'll have an invoice for you, which is what I got. And that's actually enough, Charles, to get my money back. Okay? That's what the police officer said today when I talked to them. They said, go file a complaint at the courthouse. It's a civil matter. It might take some time to get it over, man. Of course, then I said okay after that. And then grab the materials now and blah, 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 blah. Good morning. The rental place doesn't open till 7:30. So he didn't have a tamper machine to tamp the dirt, so he had to wait on that one. So he got that one. Then he said the cost of the cement, $877.95. Rock and sand, later availability, and then $1,500 clump materials is what you see. Sooner availability, and he couldn't do that because his wheelbarrow broke. And then on the 15th, he says, good morning, Ron. It's Dylan. I won't be coming out there today. So he's had excuse and excuse and excuse and excuse, Bobby. You see what I'm saying about this guy? He had excuse and excuse and always something going wrong.
The judge might be
I'm
able to
still
find it for
waiting.
you, but it's up to you to collect it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on what? Oh, yeah, that might be. That might be, but I'll have a judgment on him anyway. And then if I talk to him, I talk to the unlicensed um, team for Arizona, they'll go after him and his dad, and they both to wind up in jail. That would be worth the payment.
Yeah.
All right. So he's waiting for payment from another job, Bobby. So, but I promise I haven't forgotten about you. Oh, suck eggs, as you say. You know, suck egg. You know what the term suck eggs, or what the practice of sucking eggs came from, Bobby?
You might have to tell me.
I will tell you. In the Philippines, they have a delicacy, they call it. I never tried it because I didn't want to eat raw chicken. Before the chicks were hatched and the eggs, it was just enough to have something to enjoy. They call it a delicacy. No, the dad did not sign the contract. There's no contract, just the invoice. But I have the company name and I know the dad's name, and I also have a banner that shows no license, and there's unlicensed contractor, which is against the federal law, not just Arizona law. Okay? You have to be a licensed contractor for whatever job you're doing at somebody's house or whatever. It doesn't matter how small or big or whatever. This is only a 10 by 10 slab, and it doesn't really require a permit. It does require the contractor to be licensed. Unless I do it myself, then I can do it myself if I could. But I can't. So,
But is it legal to
anyway,
do it yourself?
huh?
But is it legal to do it yourself if you're able?
If I was able, yeah, I could do it myself. I can't do anything like wiring up an electric situation. I can do cement probably, but I can't do any wiring. Be a technician or electronic electrical worker, you know. Um, then it's $900 I have to come up with to pay for it. So he's still waiting for his pay. I'm working on it. So he's been excuse and excuse. He's working on how to escape and get out of the deal. All I had to do was just give him back my money and say, okay, I'm done. I'll leave. Or he didn't have to accept the job in the first place. So
Yeah.
look up
Oh,
ROC.
but you did a BBB report as well.
No, but I
That
can. But you can
that's a
look
good.
up.
That's gave us a
Yeah,
good idea.
Yeah, well, look up. I'm handling it locally though. Okay, that's nice. And I can file a complaint with Florida too, 'cause that's where I moved to. Okay, and so I can let everyone know there that I know.
How, how you're gonna
By
get heating?
yeah, I'll be using an extension cord and a PVC pipe below the ground and running it to so no animals can get to it. It'll be a heavy duty extension cord. That's what I see a lot of people use all over the place. With whether or not that's legal, I don't know, but I ain't gonna worry about that. If it's not illegal, I'll get a warning and I'll use my power generators. I have that CAN card with the solar panels. So,
I mean,
no, and actually, the power will last a long time in those things. So,
it's your property. They should just let you go with it. But if you're gonna
right,
go and if you're gonna tap somebody else's power, then that's a problem.
that's a problem. Yeah, and I can't do any electrical work attaching the power to the garage from the main box. That has to have a license. But to run a heavy duty extension cord and run it in a PVC pipe to have it protected, uh, I think that's okay, but I'm not sure. So, and then Charles, I'm gonna have uh, my portable Starlink dish, which is just as big as my residential one. In the backyard, the signal is kind of weak because the house is in the way, so I don't really get good signal in the backyard. So I'm gonna put the portable one on the shed, and I'll have the a good signal. So I'll have it wired into the computer, and then the dish itself will be
Yeah.
fine
So
with
Charles
the other
asking
connection.
about the drainage.
That's what I was gonna tell you. Okay, it's gonna be at a one. You missed that part of the lesson. It's gonna be a 1 to 2 degree slope to the roof. Okay, probably 1 degree, and we'll adjust that by how I mount the wheel tracks. Okay, that makes sense. And then as it rains, it'll run off the east side off to the mountain side down the mountain. So okay, so now he says concrete will be on Monday, which never arrived. I said I'll have 800 to help with concrete, but that's all I got, which is true. That's all I had. I already gave him 300. Then he says I'll bring 300, which is what I gave him the last when he had some other issues, and he's going to use that 300 for a deposit on the cement. So I'll be over later this week to pull out the old concrete. And no, thank you. I said, oh, thanks for your patience, whatever. And he said, yes, sir. And he says, and I talked about the AC guy coming, which actually I'm getting my AC fixed on Monday. It's under the warranty. Anyway, with his story, I said, okay, okay, good. And or he said, okay, good. And then he, okay, he's been calling me Ron all this time, right? Then he says Robert all of a sudden. And I'm like, huh? Robert, what's wrong with you? Are you high or something? Not knowing what my name is. And Robert, he said, now, Bobby, believe it or not, this guy says he's a Christian.
Yeah. But how about the slab? The uphill side should have gravel to keep any runoff from eroding that slab.
Yeah, I'll work on that with the next guy, I guess. But I think that was part of the plan, though, actually. There was something about that that we got to do. And we'll get that. But the next guy that's actually licensed to work out. He calls me Robert, though, Bobby. What if he call me Robert when he knows my name is wrong? So he calls me Robert. That's me like me calling you wrong, right? All right, so I also did the work you paid me for. So now this work gets interesting. This is why I'm going to get my money back, Charles, okay? I'll put these checks to the court. so they can see what the hell I'm dealing with. He says, I also did the work you paid me for. You paid me for half, and I did half the work. And the proof is in your backyard. Bobby, show that picture again. And here's the picture we showed earlier
Oh yeah.
of the
Now here we
of the unfinished job. That's not half, Charles. That's not even close to half. That might be close to 1/8. Okay? So then, and look at the invoice. Okay? Now, look at the invoice. Let's take a look at the invoice again. We'll read the invoice again. Just because I'm crazy like that. Okay, it says 1100 now, which is at the beginning, and then 1100 when done. Let me get a picture of that just so you see what I'm talking about. All right, don't come back to the story. Okay? It's almost over with, folks. Don't worry.
Yeah, it does look like it's a half-asser.
What now?
Yeah, it does. Holly's comment, that looks like crap. It does look like it was half-ass.
I think it would have been alright though if you would have fucking finished the job. Excuse my cussing, but this really upsets me. That I was taken for a ride and I
Because
should have
why
caught him.
take the money and play with the babes in Florida?
Well, apparently he had a job lined up, more than likely. All right, so Bobby, share this. This is what he wrote on the invoice. So why the fuck didn't he understand this on the invoice? Explain that. Answer that question. Why didn't he understand his own writing that he had written down on the invoice? Now you can see why I'm upset. Explain that. Somebody make a sense out of this.
All right,
So
hang
that
on. I'm just getting it, and it's
this
about to
will help
be
my blood
set.
pressure go up. Though. That's good. So the low number on the top, Charles,
There you
that's
go.
hypertension. 1100 now, that's his own writing. 1100 now, which is at the beginning to start. And 1100 what? What does that say on the bottom there?
When
11
done.
when done. Exactly. And so when I was younger, everybody, and Charles, you might know this, when you did a handshake for a contract, you took somebody's hand and he said, I agree to that. Whatever they agree to the job, you agree to the payment, and you get it paid for, and the job gets done. Am I right? Okay. So
I think I would agree with Holly. I don't think we ever learned la di da while we was in school.
I
They
agree,
expect that
Charles.
from university.
So now the rest of these, let me read the rest of this here. We're almost done with this here. But so, and look on the end of invoice, which I just showed you. Okay, so that proves that I am right. He doesn't get the rest of it until he's done with the job. Period. That's my
Yeah.
safety net.
Did you look
Hey,
at Charles's
Andy.
comment?
Huh? Yeah,
Look
let's do
at
that.
Charles's comment.
Yeah, one shot. Yeah, go ahead. One shot over prepared rebar. Exactly. He had to prepare. He had the prepared rebar. Yeah, and so,
Yeah.
but
And
it did. So we're gonna get it done right though,
around
and
all the
plus for
good
now.
days of handshake deals, I'm only 72. I don't think nobody knows.
Come on, Charles. I used to do the handshake, and when I said yes, I agree with the deal, and then I did the yard work for them, or I cleaned their windows or whatever, and whatever it was we had to do back then, just to make a few bucks. Uh, a handshake was our agreement, and so this crap of not
I mean,
knowing that I mean, in his own handwriting, Bobby, he said it, half at the beginning and half when done. Okay, so there, I don't understand the confusion. Uh,
I
and
mean,
then,
what
so
does
anyway,
people does not know more? Handshake deals or tips?
huh?
I don't know what people doesn't understand more: handshake deals or tips.
Yeah, about the same. Well, now I wouldn't want to touch anybody and shake their hand anyway. Who knows where that hand's been? Okay, so he never got paid in full, he said, because the job didn't get completed. That's right. He got that part right. So because he didn't complete the job, he didn't get paid the full amount. He has that part right. Why doesn't he understand the process here? He's 27 years old. That's why he doesn't understand the process. And he's supposed to be a business guy and a project manager at his new job. Oh, give me a fucking break. Oh, we should beat that part out, though.
Yeah.
I get you're upset, and I'll get you paid back. Even, okay, now listen to this now. And everyone I talk to, Arizona has strict laws about taking advantage of senior citizens and disabled veterans, too, of which I am both. Okay? I get you're upset, and I'll get you paid back. Here's the part that made me file this claim, or I'm going to file a claim. Paid back, even though I legally don't have to, just to keep you happy. But you got to be patient with me because I cannot do it in a week. Now he just got done telling me he gets paid $100 a day, and so I said, okay, do it in 2 weeks because you pay $100 if you work 5 days. That's $500, right? And work another 5 days. That's 1,000. You owe me 1,100. So okay, so 2 weeks and a day. All right. But he doesn't want to do that. And I told his dad, well, why don't you pay me? Then it's your son that made the deal. Well, he did what he did. He made his own deal. And then he talked to me about how his son walked off with, didn't pay for an $8,000 something that he owed someone else in Arizona. So when you go to roc.gov, AZ, or .gov.az or something, it's Registrar of Contractors, ROC. Okay? For a project manager, Holly. I don't know what project he's working on, but for a project manager, he says $100 a day. In Florida, wouldn't you think you would make more than $100 a day at a project manager job? Huh. That's like the top of the line when you're on the job. So of course I don't believe a word he's saying. He already lied to me several times, as well as claiming, "Oh, I'm a Christian. I read the Bible every morning. Get up and read the Bible every single morning." Bobby, does that sound everything you heard today sound like he's a Christian?
With the babes in Florida.
Yeah. Now, Bobby, if I give you the name and you can look him up on TikTok and look at some of his crap, and it don't look like no
Yeah.
Christian.
I mean,
Exactly.
unlike, like everybody knows, it doesn't matter what denomination. It could be LDS, it could be Catholic, it could be like the non-denom or Baptist and stuff. Everybody knows that you're supposed to be doing the labor. You're supposed to be doing the work. If you're just gonna go into Florida to drink, I don't know about smoking and stuff, but if you're gonna go and play with the babes, you're a fact up hypocrite. I'm sorry, but you're a fact up hypocrite.
Yeah. I mean, I understand maybe the guy has some issues and he has worked through them. But why use me as a guinea pig?
I'm gonna tell you right now, Esther, that is not Christ-like behavior if you don't want to do the work.
Right. Okay, Bobby, sent you his name. Don't say his name, but you can look at the TikTok name. Is the is his first letter of his first name and then his last name. But you can find
Yeah.
out, or you can go to TikTok and look up his actual name, I think, and they'll give you his page. And then look up the music that he plays and the actions that he's showing on the videos that he's making on TikTok. Now, this might have been before he was a Christian. I don't know. But it was only a few years ago that some of these videos were. And it was like, oh man, if I would have seen these, I would have never, I would have never hired him. Just saying. You know what I mean? I would never hire him. And if you're not going to do the job, Bobby, first of all, don't accept the job. That's the first point right there. If you're not going to do the job
And
and you cannot,
and what does the Bible say? That there were
about
three
what?
servants that did, and they got so much talents. The first two was able to double or triple it. The other one buried it. Well,
Yeah,
and then the first two, whenever they reported, they were able to retire so easily. But the third one,
didn't have
he
any
didn't get,
money. Yeah.
yeah, so he buried it and he was sent to prison.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Bobby, read that one.
Oh, oh my gosh.
I wasn't going to get political if Charles wants to put it that way. Go ahead and read it.
If
You
you
can
would
read it.
just you will let the political part out, yeah, but I mean,
I understand what you're saying, Charles, but I don't think I quite totally agree with you. Um, you don't
like I said,
necessarily.
Charles, if you would have left the political part out, yeah.
Yeah, the
Uh,
statement is good. I agree with you. And remember, in the last days coming up here, we're close, Bobby. We're not going to see it quite in our time, but we are close. Well, you might see it in your time. You're younger than I am, so but you might see it, but I won't see it unless it happens like tomorrow. But it says in the last days they'll be crying, "There's Jesus, here's Jesus," and all that, right?
yeah. It's supposed to be so.
No, his posting of himself, he also posted as being the Pope, and he's not no Pope. Um, I think he was posting uh, images of him being Jesus because they were calling him a king, if you remember. And he's making the point that there's only one king, and he's not the king. He's the president. And he said that over and over and over. He's the president, not the king. And the idiots that are saying no kings is what happened. I thought it was as a doctor. What?
Exception in and out.
Yeah, now what's interesting though, is yeah, I know those were his posts, Charles. But he posted himself as the Pope also, and he's not a Pope. Come on now. You know better.
I mean, even though he might have some dissension against the Catholics whenever that new pope came in.
Yeah. But okay. Let's see. Esther here. Well, Bobby went a little bit
Yeah,
longer today because we didn't have to end so early. We
yeah,
can go a little
that
bit
was good.
longer.
That
If
was
you want to
good.
go a little bit
Thank you,
longer.
Charles. Thank you, Hallway, Esther, Andy, Marco was here. Yeah, that was about it.
Okay, play Esther's song again since she's here, and then play my song about the guy running away. No Christian should say they don't like another church. either. Oh yeah, there you go. And try to
No,
put others
no.
down. Right.
If you're gonna say that, then you
I mean,
definitely are wrong.
Bobby. Now, I mean, I did some studies on different religions, and the one person I was reading a book from said that the Mormons and a lot of these things uh, are not really a true religion. And it's like, well, come on now. And we can argue about that later, but not now. But anyway, I read a book by a guy named Dr. Walter Martin who studied the religious theories and beliefs. Okay, he looked his name up, and he had a bunch of different uh, cults or occults, if you will. You know, like Muslims is one, for instance. They say Muslims is a religion, right? Look what they're doing to our country. Do we want them here, Bobby? I don't think so. And I don't think that you would recognize Utah now that was supposed to be main Mormon, you know, main Mormon uh, residency in Utah, right? Well, it's all Muslim now, a lot of it. Okay,
Well, I don't know about that,
well, check that out.
but
And actually, ask AJ
I
about
think
that. So, but anyway, you and I have discussions about religion all the time, but we agree on a lot of things. And we go to the Bible for information, whether we agree with it or believe in it 100%. We still stand on what the Bible says for the most part, I think. Now, of course, you might put in your own thought with your Mormon belief, and that's fine. You can do that. Okay, it's like a Baptist say that. Put that up there. It's like
okay.
put that one up there, like
50,
what Holly
okay,
said.
okay. So LDS is 50% in Utah. 63 is Christians, but Muslims it's about 2%.
Yeah.
And Catholics about 5 to 8.
Okay.
So in summary, half of people in Utah are LDS, but then you add 13% to non-LDS Christians, and then between 5 to 8% of Catholics, and then just 1% of Muslims. So you
Okay,
still
but
have
now,
some Christians, but yeah.
yeah, I think there's Christians in the Catholic Church, if you know understand what I'm saying. And what I like about, okay, it's like the Baptist Church saying non-denomination church is an occult. That's not cool at all. Exactly, I agree with that. And I'm not saying the Mormon Church is an occult anymore. I think they actually changed their process on how they preach, Bobby, as far as making it more reasonable for everyone to accept it and like it. Okay? And like when you play those things on the holidays that you talk about, you know, you play the music, you know, the choir singing. Man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, see, like the Muslims say Allah, right, is the God. Well, Allah might be a God, but he's not, and that name or he isn't the God.
Or barbecue babies, what you do in Boheim.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I was never in combat, so I wouldn't know about bombing anybody. uh,
Yeah,
but
not
anyway,
me.
so what I was gonna get, what was I gonna say? Well, I guess that's about it,
We always
Bobby. I
get
guess.
told not to hurt somebody,
Yeah, no, I
but
think
when
we
you
have a good time on.
yeah,
I mean, like we discussed
uh,
about. Joseph Smith with the golden tablets, right? We talked about that before. and that's a well known fact that that was supposed to actually happen. And then different things that they talked about, you know. And I don't believe that whole story, but I do believe that something happened. I don't understand it, what it was. And the way
Well,
you described it was pretty right on to history, you know. So
yeah, that's where you might want to get the missionaries on the line about that, and
yeah.
maybe they'll
And
give you some answers.
what's interesting, my great grandparents on my grandmother's side, they were Mormon actually, and they were moving to California. They're one of the first settlers to California area from Utah. So that's pretty awesome, I think. Not that I'm really a supporter of it, but I mean it's awesome they made that journey. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Well, I might be here, but I wouldn't have been in California.
I mean, Joseph Smith was schoolless, but in India, worship over 100 gods and deities, but yeah, we only do one.
Oh boy. Yep, that's right, Holly. I mean, all I would say on anything positive that helps. However, I'm not going to be turning my cheek for anyone else that's stealing me blind with the services they get, with the food stamps they get, with the child care they get, with everything they get. Minneapolis for 25 years, I got ripped off. Minnesota itself owes me a lot of money, Bobby, for the fraud that happened for 25 years, at least 25 years. Now, if anyone else feels the same, well, check your state and how bad the fraud is, and you'll figure it out. Okay, what is that? Just as, okay, just as easy as taking someone to eat and buying a motel for the night if on the street. You know, I bought somebody something to eat one time. It wasn't much. I say happy holidays, Charles, and I say Merry Christmas. And if you don't like it, you can go jump in a lake somewhere.
Yeah,
I'll say Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, or Happy Holidays if it's a community. I'll say Happy Thanksgiving. I remember when Kamala Harris said, "Oh, you can't say Merry Christmas anymore. You can forget that." I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it and say it more even.
yeah,
Actually, I said I was getting on the bus one time, Charles, and the guy was East Indian or Muslim guy or whatever, Islam or whatever. He was of that nationality. And I said, Merry Christmas. I said, oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm used to saying it to everyone. So, no, he was pretty cool with it. He said, don't worry about that. You're fine. So, that was pretty cool.
imagine being face to face with a Jew. What would be the one thing you'd say?
Huh?
Imagine having a face to one-on-one conversation with a Jew. What would you say?
Yeah. I don't know. What is this you sent me here? Oh, YouTube. You told me YouTube. Okay. All right. Let me see now. I wanted to look up. Actually, I'll look that up, Charles. Hold on. Here we go. We're going to look that up. I'll look that up real quick. Of course, that's right in the middle of all that. I can look all that up later. Let's see. Let's look this up, though. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Now, hold
That's
on,
the
Bob.
loaded.
Don't leave yet. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh,
I'm trying to look this up for Charles to prove that if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm not, then I'll say, here it is. Question I asked Super Grok is, did Kamala Harris ever say we can't say Merry Christmas? And I know she said that. But it says no. But yet it showed that. That's interesting. Oh, she said in general. She never said that. But in a December 19, 2017 press conference, while she was a U.S. Senator, Harris was speaking about the Trump administration's decision to end the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. Oh, for DACA program. Okay. Okay. We and when we all sing happy time tunes and sing Merry Christmas. Here was the point, Charles. Okay. Okay. So why did they? Okay. This was a rhetorical language criticizing the impact. Okay. Here, let me give you this one. Let me give you that one. That's the paragraph I want. All right. Here we go with the paragraph. Let me see about where we at. No, no. There we go. Oh, Bobby, I want to do that on the YouTube channel. Hold on. Do it here. Okay, let me see.
Any other schools started yet? I know mine just started yesterday.
Oh, I can't do all that, darn it. Okay, I'll have to cut that bottom part out. Okay, what do I gotta cut it off at? Okay. Too long, that's too long. Holy crap. Let me get that out of there. I gotta cut it off, and then I'll put the bottom part of it on there because it's too long. Okay, there's the one part, and hold on, let me get that again, and I'll go that way and cut off the top part. Okay.
Well, yeah. Sure.
Oh,
Sorry about
what?
that. My cousin. He's cooking. He's fixing some fries.
Oh, okay. Hold on now.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
you have
hold
to
on.
wait one by one.
Some reason this ain't working out the way I planned.
Yeah, you just got a very, very strong character, limited 250 characters per message.
Okay. Now I want to do it this way. I started there. There we go. That's still too long? No, I just want to do this one. Okay, so now wait, I gotta do it this way, Bobby. Hold on. I gotta go this way and cut that out. And there we go. There's the rest of the statement. There you go. That's where we got that statement from, Charles. All right. Whether or not it was real, that's where we got the statement from. Okay, you get it? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bobby, let's go ahead and it's 6:40. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Play Esther's song, and then play my rock song for my unlicensed contractor.
All right, and then we'll make the usual
Yeah.
outros, and we'll end do bounce.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
We heard it on the radio, we watched it on TV. They told us all about a war being fought for the right to live free. Liberty and freedom, that's a God-given right. So me and my friends, we all signed up and they taught us how to fight. They sent us to a foreign land, 10,000 miles away, and we all knew we had a job to do, and there'd be a price to pay. We'd done our jobs and we'd done them well, but a lot of us died in a tropical hell, and some of us are dying now from what we got in Vietnam. And we fought long, and we fought hard, and we were proud to do our part. Many died, and there are those who won't survive without the Order of the Silver Rose. No Tex, he hailed from Texas. Stan the man from Alabama. And deep down in South Carolina is where they recruited Sergeant Dan. They came from every walk of life, from silver spoons to toil and strife. They were red, yellow, black, and white, and I salute them all, 'cause they fought long and they fought hard, and they were proud to do their part. Many died, and there are those who won't survive without the Order of the Silver Rose. They won't survive without the Order of the Silver Rose.
Then he vanished in a flash. The screen door slammed, the ladder stayed, my driveway got the heat, and I stood there with the receipt burning in the street. He said, I'll be back by noon. He said it like a vow, but noon came and went on by, and I need answers now. My calls went dead, my patience too. I watched the whole day run. Now all I got is dust and doubt, and that Miami, Florida sun. Where has my money gone? Where has my money gone? The unlicensed contractor took it to the Miami, Florida sun. Where has my money gone? Where has my money gone? You took my half and left me with nothing but the sun. There was a top half nailed to wood, a bucket with no top, a dented truck, a cracked old tool, and a job that just stopped. You told me, trust me, with those hands. You said I'm good for it, but good for what? A disappearing act and a half-finished fit. He said I'll be back by noon. He said it like a vow, but noon came and went on by, and I need answers now. My calls went dead, my patience too. I watched the whole day run. Now all I got is
Hello, and welcome to ERRT Radio. Join us 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday night for Seekers, Chronicles, Paranormal Historians, with Anthony, Jenny, Kim, and their guests. And right after this show, join us for the Positude Podcast, hosted by Maggie Hart, at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Hey boys, I'm not wearing panties!
All right. All right. Everything's gonna be all right.
Uncle, I'm trying to throw a show.
Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. We had to hit it for some videos. But anyway, pause and scan that QR code right away and follow us maybe on your favorite device on Mixer, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and Instagram. Oops, wrong button.
All right, Bobby. It seems we've been at it too long tonight. You're tired. All right. Well, we'll see everybody on the next one. And everybody, don't take.
And do not forget, do not expect MK Ultra Loaded tonight.
Right. And what I was gonna say is don't take everything so seriously that we cannot have a laugh or conversation about it. And if we make a mistake, just like I did with Kamala Harris, it was an idea that she had voiced about her opinion, and she did kind of say it, but not quite outright with exact meaning. That she said, you know what I mean, Bobby? She mentioned it, but it was in a different context of what I was trying to say. So I apologize about that mix-up. Okay. So that's for anyone who listens to this later. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, we'll work on it. We'll get it better. I am glad that we are where we are now. We wouldn't have. Bobby, my gas. What is your gas, Bobby? The gas cost, you know?
Yes, I haven't checked.
All right, my gas when I filled up the other day was $3.92 from 4.15. Okay, and I guessed at where my needle was on the gas meter. I said, "Oh, it's gonna take $60." And it was like $62 or something. So pretty close guess.
Okay, gas here is 357.
Huh? Do what?
357.
Oh, 367. Okay, so it's going down. It is coming down then. Okay. Yeah. And yet nobody talks about that when it comes down, Bobby. You notice that? Nobody talks about when it comes down, but yet they all complain about it when it goes up. How does that work?
It doesn't
And we
matter
are
what
still.
president.
What's that? I'm sorry.
And it doesn't matter what president does it. They're still going to bitch and complain.
Right. But what he does with Hormuz Strait is something that makes it go up and down. What he does with bombing in that war, it does make it go up or down. Because if you notice, the times when it was bombing, it went up a little bit, right? And then when he got done with the bombing, or they were trying to do an agreement, then it went down again. Do you remember that? Did you see that? Okay. So you watch it go up and down, right? The barrel of oil is like what, $77? Can you look that one up real quick? What is a barrel of oil now?
Well, anyway,
You don't
we'll
know?
see
Okay,
everybody
I'm
next
looking up.
time.
Hold on. Barrel of oil, Bobby. What is a barrel of oil? You didn't hear what I said.
Yeah.
Okay, hold
All
on.
right, Wilson. Yeah.
You gotta go?
All right. Yeah, I gotta get going.
Oh, dang it. Okay. All right, then we'll talk to you later. All right, thank you, everyone. We'll
Yeah.
talk to you next time. And hopefully
Yeah.
we'll see you on Positive Podcast with Maggie Hart and also Secret Chronicles
Oh,
right
I
before it.
forgot to show them that during the
What?
outro. Let's do that.
Hey everybody, this is Maggie Hart inviting you to join me Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on ERRT Radio for the Positude Podcast. If you haven't heard my show already, we discuss all kinds of topics from healing, meditation, recipes, survival tactics, current events. We have music, we have comedy, conspiracy theories, natural cures, preparedness, you name it, I got it. Every week is new, exciting, and entertaining, designed to keep you apprised on the current events without losing your mind and getting lost in all of the stress and anxiety and negativity that the regular media channels would have you feeling. We work together to help you figure out what's real and what's not, to be able to discern the truth from the BS. We talk about real life issues in a relatable format so that you feel like you're home in your living room in your comfy clothes having a conversation with a friend over a coffee. So please join me here on the Positude Podcast on ERRT Tuesday nights at 10. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Bounce into the chat and say hello.
Yeah, I'll see everybody next time. Thank you all for watching.
All right, yep, good job. We'll talk to you next time.
All
Bye.
right.